Welcome to my new series, Sunday Short Story Showdown. Each week, I'll be reading 2 short stories from the same genre, but by different authors, and putting them head to head. Every Sunday, I'll release a quick, spoiler-free video where I summarize both stories, share my thoughts, and pick which one I thought was the stronger read. This series is all about discovering great short story fiction and having some fun along the way to see which tale comes out on top.
Short story number 1, Gardening by Rob Shepard, released 2018, and it is 21 pages. So the story takes place in the quiet town of Audrey. Our main character, Roman Burdock, lives for his flowers. His garden isn't just a hobby, it's his sanctuary. It's his pride and joy, and the crown jewel of his neighborhood. But when his pesky neighbor, Mr. Polinsky, starts asking too many questions, Roman's patience begins to fade. What starts out as polite curiosity soon turns into something way more intrusive. So on one particular Tuesday, after a routine day of errands and a quick cup of tea, Roman comes home to find good old Polinsky trespassing in his greenhouse. This angers Roman to no end, and instead of lashing out, Roman does something unexpected. He actually invites Polinsky in for coffee and offers to share all his gardening secrets. But don't be fooled by good old Roman's pleasantries. In this story, nothing is ever quite what it seems, and just when you think you know how it's going to end, the truth takes root in the most unexpected way. Short story number 2, Bury Your Demons by Timothy King, released 2024, and it is 16 pages. Keith is a man whose life is upended after his wife Susan commits a shocking act. He is confronted with an impossible choice, which is turn her in or help cover it up. So Keith's decision ends up dragging him into a downward spiral of moral conflict and eerie supernatural fallout. The story does a great job of diving into guilt, denial, and the disturbing consequences of hiding the truth. This is a powerful psychological horror story that will grab you from the very first page. It's unsettling, it's morally complex, and it's drenched in dread. The story does a fantastic job exploring the weight of guilt and the consequences of trying to hide an awful secret.
So what did I enjoy about the short story, Gardening? I really enjoyed how much detail was packed into such a short story. It felt like I was with Roman on his little shopping adventure into town. I also enjoyed the overall vibe and the direction the story was heading. It kept me engaged throughout the whole story, and the ending was not what I had expected, but it had a decent twist to it. And what did I enjoy about the short story, Bury Your Demons? Interestingly enough, what I enjoyed about this book was the same thing I really didn't enjoy about it, and that was the moral dilemma in this story. It was so powerfully strong and yet so disturbingly wrong. This being the case, it's what I felt actually made this a decent short story. I would say for me personally, I wasn't a fan of the language or the intimacy scene. It felt gross. I realize I'm reading horror, but this kind of horror just isn't my cup of tea. I will say the ending of this book was better than Gardening, but the language and the unnerving intimacy were just too much for me to look past. So for week 1, I'm going with Gardening by Rob Shepard as the first ever Sunday Short Story Showdown winner. So if you are interested in either of these short stories, you can find them both on Kindle Unlimited for free if you have a subscription. Anyways, please let me know what you think of the new series, and if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear it. Thanks for watching, and until next week, watch what you feed your flowers.